What up, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 23 of the Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide series. Today's episode is going to be a little different. We are not going to make any redstone contraptions today, but we are going to be farming some stuff. The things that we're going to be farming is wood. I want to show you guys my method and how I get all my wood, and I'm also going to be showing you how I get some mushrooms as well. I know that people already have their own methods on how to get wood. Getting wood is a fundamental necessity and we need it for a bunch of things, especially for building, but not only that, for chests and other craftable things that you can do with wood. So the first thing that I would do to get all the wood types, I'm recommending getting all the tree saplings or the fungi. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you how to get every single wood type, and I'm also going to be showing you how I get my mushrooms as well. You can see in this chest, this is all the wood saplings that I managed to get. I've been doing a lot of wood gathering these past few episodes. These are the main saplings from the game. So we got oak saplings, birch saplings, acacia saplings, jungle saplings, spruce saplings, and then we also got ourselves dark oak saplings. And we also have the new mangrove propagule, but these are a little more different than our traditional saplings, and I'm also going to be showing you how I'm going to be farming that as well, because like I said, I want every single wood type. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be making a little cluster of trees. I'm going to show you how I'm going to have this area, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the next. As you can see, I placed a good amount of oak trees in one area, and you can place as many as you want. I'm not going to be placing a lot of trees because I do want more space to fit in my other tree types. I'm going to do the same thing with our birch, and it's just a repeating cycle of filling up all this with trees. Now that I placed all my trees, let's go ahead and bone meal them. If you want to collect every single wood type like I am, you do have to go to specific biomes to collect those trees. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I don't want to have to be going to those specific biomes, and it's just gonna end up wasting more time while I'm going over there. I don't want to have to be looking for specific biomes, and I already found the specific biomes. I know we have an elytra as well, but I just don't want to be having to fly to those locations. Like I was saying, it just reduces the time I'm having to go over there, and just doing this is just so much easier and way more simple. As you can see, we got another small forest right here of birch trees. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same process as what I did to the rest of the tree types. Once I'm done with making all my tree types, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna grow the fungi trees and the mushrooms. You don't have to make it look like mine, as long as you know how I'm gonna farm these trees. I don't mind this hole right here. I'm gonna make a farm right here, but you don't have to worry about that right now. Look at the finished progress of what we did right here. We had every single wood type. As you can see, we got the jungle, spruce, and the dark oak, acacia, birch, and oak. For me, this is the easiest way to farm all the wood types. I don't have to go anywhere else other than here. Next thing I want to show you is how to grow the mushroom types. And the one thing you do need to know about growing mushroom types is that they do need to grow on a specific block. If you try to place a brown mushroom or a red mushroom on a regular grass block, you can't. It's not going to allow you to grow the mushrooms. One thing you do have to know is that mushrooms do not grow automatically, so you do need to bone meal them. But once you bone meal the mushrooms, they end up growing to a full grown mushroom just like this. All you have to do is just start farming it the way I am. This is the best way of getting a lot of mushrooms. So we could do the same thing for the red mushroom, and we're just gonna have to repeat the same concept. What I'm gonna do right here is in the middle of this area, I'm gonna have these two mushroom types right here. I want to place a couple more, but I think that should be enough. I'm not gonna be farming for mushrooms like that. Only once in a while for other necessities, like if I want to make a mushroom stew for once, or any more splash potions of weakness. Now it's time to go plant some propagules, and I only have two propagules right now. Planting the propagules, you don't need to place them underwater. I mean, you can place them underwater, but what I'm gonna do is just gonna place them like this, because you can place them like that, and then when you bone meal them, you just have to bone meal it and they will grow. One thing I like about the mangrove trees, they grow really big. The only downside to it is that they always give you a lot of mangrove roots, and most of the log is on top. Majority of the time, it's not a lot of the mangrove logs. We do need to plant a good amount of these trees in order to farm a sufficient amount of wood. If you can see those star-shaped plants on the bottom of the leaves, those are more propicules. That's how we're gonna be able to farm all these propicules. You can't get them like this, but if you bone meal them to a fully grown propicule, you're gonna be able to get it. You get more propicules, and we can start farming more of these mangrove trees. I'm gonna keep repeating the same process until I get a good amount, and then I'm gonna fill this up with a lot of mangrove trees so I can show you the finished progress. So one thing that I just found out right now is that you can just bone meal the leaves and you can get the propicule itself just like that. So instead of looking for propicules on the trees to bone meal them, you could just bone meal the leaves and you can get all the propicules that you want. As you can see, I was able to get 4 propicules from that. Just keep repeating this process and then I'll be right back. Now that I finished placing all my mango trees, this is how I have this whole entire thing filled. I put a lot because they don't give out a lot of mangrove wood. I believe putting like this would give me a good amount of mangrove wood, so I won't have to go to the mangrove swamp biome and grab all the wood from there. Like I said before, I'm doing all this because I don't want to have to be going farther locations and get more wood and etc. So doing this is much more easier for me, and it's all in one spot. I have every single tree type. I am missing one, and that is the azalea tree. I am just gonna end up putting the azalea tree with the oak tree because they give the same type of wood, but the leaves are way different. The way to get azalea trees, you need to get a flowering azalea. Only way to get that is we have to bone meal the moss block, even the moss carpet, the moss block itself, and some azalea trees. We're not going to be doing that right now because next episode I am going to show you how to make a moss farm. This moss farm is going to be all automatic. It is going to be a little technical to make. I'm going to make it super simple and understandable for you guys. So now that I showed you how I farm my regular trees, I'm going to show you how I farm my crimson and warp wood. Now that I showed you how I farm my other wood types, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to farm my crimson and warped wood. These wood types, I actually really like them because of their color, but they are a little more different than a traditional tree type. Reason why is because they grow out of a mushroom. Just like the brown and red mushroom, they grow on a specific block. All you have to do is just go to that specific biome and then use your silk touch to get this specific block. We're going to be able to grow our crimson and warped wood on this block. Just like the brown mushroom and the red one. Just bone meal it and it grows to a fully grown tree. Another thing that you can do when you're running out of those mushroom types, you can go ahead and bone meal it and you're gonna end up getting the mushroom once in a while. But as you can see, we are getting these grass types or whatever, but eventually you'll get a mushroom just like that. That's how I go about farming these items instead of having to go to the specific biomes. Like I said, making this so much easier and so much useful for me to just have it in one spot while I'm mining for this wood type. Even for our crimson fungus, it's gonna be the same process. Just put our mushroom, grow it. It's really nothing too difficult. It's simple. I do want to make a specific biome, like a specific land for me to farm a bunch of trees instead of farming all the time. But I still need to figure out where I'm going to put that because I already filled up this whole entire thing with the trees that I'm going to be farming. Maybe I'm going to put it somewhere around here, maybe not. But I still have to think about it. Sometimes mining one at a time is efficient, but the process can be very slow sometimes. Overall, this is how I go about mining my tree types. I am going to make my little wood shop right here, and I'm also gonna add a little item sorter so I can collect all that wood. Pretty much this is how I would go about mining all my tree types. It's nothing too complicated. It's very simple. The only thing that you do have to do is you do have to go to the specific biomes and get those saplings, and other things like that. Luckily for me, I already got it early on in game. That's why I do exploring early on so I can grab everything that I can before I start making farms for them. I am gonna cut this right here and I'll be right back. I'm in creative right now because I want to come up with a building design, and I came up with this one. I'm not sure how I like it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's pretty big, you know. I'm still debating if I want to make a building like this or make it more smaller. And And the reason why it's this big as well is because I have this whole item sorter right here, and it's I'm trying to cover up the whole entire item sorter. I do want to keep these stairs that I have going down right here, so I want to be able to access the bottom of my item sorter so I can just grab all my items quickly and then just easily come out the building like that. If anything, I might look at more concept art. This is not technically a concept art idea that I got it from. This is more of my idea. It's not the best of my work, but I feel like I could come up with something better if I look at something. If I come up with something better, I might end up getting rid of this. Like I said, I wanted to make like a wood shop building. This technically does not look like a wood shop. It looks like a house, like a little hotel by itself. Pretty much this is everything I wanted to show you for today's episode. I wanted to show you how I get all my wood and how I'd go about farming it. I know a lot of people have a lot of methods on how they gather the wood, or they have farms on their own that they can gather wood. If I ever come up with a new building design, next episode I am going to show you because it is going to take me a long time. Other than that, this is what I wanted to show you for today's episode. All the simple things that I do for gathering wood. Like I said before, the goal is to make everything super easy and simple so you guys won't have to deal with any other unnecessary things. But other than that, my name is Animated Didi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.